Imagine you are 18 years old. You have just landed your first real job. You work hard, you show up on time, and you earn a paycheck. You feel a sense of pride, a tangible reward for your effort. But then you hand that check over to your parents. They take it all. They tell you that it is for the household, that you are living under their roof, that you have no expenses. On the surface, this looks like a good deal for you. You have no bills to pay, you have food on the table, and you have a place to sleep. It feels like a bonus. But here is the thing. This arrangement is not a bonus. It is a hidden tax on your net worth and your future independence. When you hand over your entire paycheck, you are not just giving up money for the month. You are giving up the ability to build wealth. You are trading the compounding power of your future self for the comfort of your current situation. Every dollar you give up is a dollar that cannot be invested. It is a dollar that cannot grow. Over 10 years, the difference between having control of your income and having your income controlled by someone else is massive. It is the difference between starting a business and staying in a waiting room. This dynamic creates a cycle of dependency that delays the transition to adulthood. Financial autonomy is critical for mental health and independence. When you do not control your own resources, you do not learn how to manage them. You miss out on the lessons of budgeting, of saving for emergencies, and of investing for the long term. You become a passenger in your own financial life. The goal is to change this dynamic. You need to view this not as a temporary arrangement, but as a tax that you are paying to your family. And like any tax, you need a plan to minimize it and eventually eliminate it. To do this, you need a runway. Many people think they can move out as soon as they save enough for a security deposit. This is a mistake. The initial costs of independent living are high. You need rent, utilities, groceries, transportation, and insurance. If you leave with only enough for the deposit, you will be one missed paycheck away from disaster. You need a runway of 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This is your buffer. It is the money that allows you to breathe when things go wrong. It buys you time to find a new job if you get laid off or to fix a car that breaks down. Without this runway, the risk of failure is too high. Building this runway requires a shift in how you view your income. You need to treat your earnings as capital, not as spending money. This means you must negotiate boundaries with your parents. They likely view your income as household revenue rather than personal savings. This is a generational difference in thinking. They may see your money as a resource for the family unit. To change this, you need explicit boundary setting and financial transparency. You can frame this as a business negotiation. You explain that you are building a safety net to eventually become fully independent. You show them that this is not about rebellion, but about responsibility. You can use digital financial tools and shared budgeting apps to serve as neutral mediators. These tools help visualize the cost of independence without triggering emotional conflicts. You can show them the numbers. You can show them the cost of rent, the cost of food, and the cost of saving. This removes the emotion from the equation and makes it about the math. It helps de-escalate the situation because you are not asking for permission to spend. You are informing them of your plan to build a future. Once you have the runway, you need to focus on wealth compounding. This is the third step. Most people think saving cash is the goal. They put money in a mattress or a low-interest savings account. But inflation eats cash. If you save $10,000 and inflation is 5% a year, that money loses half its purchasing power in a decade. You need to invest the difference. You need to put that money into accounts that grow over time. This could be a retirement account or a brokerage account. The point is to make your money work for you. The decision to move out involves a trade-off between short-term financial stagnation and long-term gains in self-efficacy. When you move out, your immediate standard of living might drop. You might eat less food, you might have a smaller apartment, and you might have less disposable income. This is the cost of independence. But the long-term gain is essential for future relationship and career stability. When you are financially independent, you make decisions based on your own values, not on the approval of your parents. This builds confidence. It builds the skills you need to navigate the world as an adult. Consider the alternative. If you stay in this arrangement for 10 years, you are paying a hidden tax on your net worth. You are delaying your financial maturity. You are relying on their approval for your stability. This creates a vulnerability. If the relationship sours or if their financial situation changes, you are left without the skills or the resources to survive on your own. By moving out, you are insuring yourself against that risk. You are building the muscle memory of financial responsibility. This process is not easy. It requires you to have difficult conversations. It requires you to be firm when you want to be soft. It requires you to prioritize your future over your comfort in the present, but the reward is worth the effort. You are buying your freedom. You are buying the ability to make your own choices about your life, your career, and your relationships. You are paying the tax to yourself, not to anyone else. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. I am a one-person team working hard to make each video better than the last. Subscribe if you found value. It is the best way to show support. Drop a comment with your biggest takeaway. See you in the next video.